The president also discussed the refugee crisis, saying prejudice and discrimination helps ISIS and undermines national security. Before this summit, President Obama attended the APEC summit in the Philippines. We've learned at least one and as many as 3 of the Paris attackers would have been able to slip through the U.S. watch list to travel to the country. That's according to national security officials. The new details have fueled an already heated debate about how to best protect the country. Sunlen Servati tracks the Republican presidential candidates on the issue.
Very simply, we can't take them, folks. We can't take them.
It's a debate roiling the Republican Party, how to handle the resettlement of Syrian refugees in the wake of the Paris attacks. Donald Trump drawing a hard line, refusing to take any option off the table to protect the U.S., including closing some mosques in the U.S., issuing Muslims special ID cards listing their religion, and potentially creating a database to register and track all Muslims living in the U.S.
Should there be a database system that tracks the Muslims here in this country?
There should be a lot of systems beyond database. I mean, we should have a lot of systems. And today you can do it. But right now we have to have a border, we have to have strength, we have to have a wall, and we cannot let what's happening to this country happen.
But that's something your White House would like to implement.
Oh, I would certainly implement that.
The GOP frontrunner today tweeting that he didn't suggest a database, but still not dismissing the idea, as some of Trump's rivals have done.
And those who want to divide and impose tests, religious tests, where people are going to go and register, we don't need division in America. We need to be united.
Talk about internment. You talk about closing mosques. You talk about registering people, and that's just wrong.
Even Ted Cruz in a rare break with Trump.
The First Amendment protects religious liberty, and I've spent the past several decades defending the religious liberty of every American.
Ben Carson also saying it sets a dangerous precedent to single out one group of people, instead calling for a database for every person who enters the U.S.
I want everybody to have a database. I want us to know about anybody who comes into this country.
That after he raised eyebrows with an inflammatory analogy comparing some refugees to rabid dogs.
If there's a rabid dog running around your neighborhood, you're probably not going to assume something good about that dog. Doesn't mean that you hate all dogs.
Cruz, meanwhile, has proposed to let Syrian Christians into the U.S., but not Muslims.
There is no doubt we would need to vet anyone coming in, but there is no indication of Muslims pretending to be Christians coming in the refugee wave.
And there's some new polling out really tapping into what the American voters feel about all of this. A new poll from the Washington Post and ABC News shows that a majority, 54% of voters believe that the U.S. should not be taking in Syrian refugees. And even more striking, only 13% are very confident that the U.S. will be able to identify terrorists among the refugees. Sunlen Servati, CNN, Des Moines, Iowa.